Hey everybody, it's Friday, October 18th, 2021. The economic disaster just took a huge turn for the worst. We're going to talk about the numbers behind that, and I think most of you are probably not going to be surprised, but it's very interesting how it's being reported, to say the least. And just a quick recap, I mean, what a week it's been. We've got more supply chain issues, or I should say continued supply chain issues. People are having to wait up to 3 to 4 months in some cases for appliances. Car lots are partially full, some of them under 50% to capacity. As we see car prices continue to skyrocket, we talked about that. We saw the big Facebook outage, and my question has been, and it is still, what's going to happen when the banks go out, when all the banks go out, or even one big bank goes out? That could be enough to trigger, a lot of bad situations and a lot of panic here in the United States, considering how many people are reliant on swiping their cards to go ahead and just survive, just to buy food. Also, the debt ceiling, up until this recent temporary increase or temporary delay in the debt ceiling, we saw threats out there from people like Janet Yellen saying that they're going to cut off payouts, Social Security and other payout programs, government workers. Certain benefits wouldn't be paid out. Going back to earlier in the week, we had some people out there making a forecast that October was going to be a really, really bad month. Today's the 8th, so we'll see what happens the rest of the month. Let's get into some recent news here, and it's really not so good. And let's be honest, it's awful. We're looking at an article here out of ABC. Employers added a dismal 194,000 jobs the entire month of September, but yet the unemployment rate's still at 4.8%. What a scam, right? We know that it's over 25% when you look at the real numbers. And keep in mind what we just reported on yesterday. We're still shedding over 1 million jobs a month, over 1 million new jobless filings every month. We're adding 194,000, right? This is terrible, terrible data, terrible news. But guess what? The stock market's still going to go up because it's no longer based on reality. And I'm not sure how long ago, maybe 30, 40 years ago it was. But now we're seeing a completely controlled market, completely controlled economy. I mean, how much further into the twilight zone do you have to get? And let's take a quick peek at the markets. The markets, most major indexes are in green today. And traders' eyes, September payroll miss, but yet the markets are still in the green. Well, who are the traders? Is it mostly the money printers? Well, I think so when you look at the Fed trading desk, the plunge protection team, etc. And we've told you for years that they were purchasing stocks and assets. And what the Fed, out of their own mouths, called purchasing securities. And when I first reported on that several years ago, that was to many people's disbelief when I read the comments. But now it came out that it's even worse than I said. Not only are they purchasing securities and stocks, they are also trading them individually or holding them individually, buying and selling, trading individual people within the Fed. So a lot of people say I don't have very good news, but oftentimes the news is actually a lot worse than I'm even reporting. All right, think about that. Let's take a look at the next article here. And this one's out of the Hill. No surprise to me. Top execs received 165 million before filing bankruptcy. And this is per the Government Accountability Office. Last year, 2020, over 7,000 companies filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy. But what did a lot of these upper level executives do before filing bankruptcy? They took out huge payouts. All right, as long as the people at the top get out with millions and millions of dollars, do you think they actually care about what happens to the company once they're paid? Probably not. And you might want to ask yourself, is your company the same way? And as things continue to deteriorate, I mean, we all need to prepare for us to lose our jobs, to lose our jobs. And what are people going to do that have hundreds of thousands of dollars of mortgage debt, that lose their jobs? The way things are going with these payrolls versus the new jobless numbers, how many more companies are going to survive what's coming? And what's coming is not getting better, even though they're going to report that things are getting better. What's coming is not better. Everything's getting worse, just like we told you it would. right? We're still shedding over 1 million jobs a month. Who would have guessed that? Who would have guessed that in mid 2020 when things were first falling apart? Who would have guessed that here we are a year and a half later, over a year and a half now, that we'd still be shedding this many jobs, adding less than 200,000 jobs in the entire month? Well, we called it right here on this channel. I didn't hear too many other channels talking about it. Not that we're that smart. We just look at the basics. And the basics say, common sense says, things are going to continue to get worse. And yes, the rich will continue to get richer. And when you look at headlines like this, I mean, it shouldn't be too much of a secret. All right, now speaking of the jobs added numbers, let's take a look at a chart right here. This was just put out. It shows the September versus the August jobs. The September numbers are in black. August is this other color right here. What is that? Light red, pink. Anyways, we see leisure hospitality, as expected, led the way for jobs added in September. But let's look at the bottom because this is very interesting. This is the industries. These are the industries with the most jobs lost. And we see government jobs, the most jobs lost. Education and health, the most jobs lost. A lot of teachers. Right? These are September, not for August, but for September. Those are the areas that saw the most jobs lost. So it's a jobs added chart, but you see the negative numbers. That's lost jobs. Were they fired? Did they quit? Well, a lot of both, I suspect. But back up to jobs added, retail. And we need to ask ourselves, are these industries, leisure, hospitality, retail, etc., the ones adding the most jobs, are they enough to keep up with the cost of living? We see the cost of living continue to go up. Home prices, although not as fast as midsummer, still going up. Rents, although not as fast as earlier this year, still going up. The cost of food going up, energy going up, gas going up, oil going up. I've been talking to a lot of people. Their insurance is going up because of the high cost of living, the cost of rebuilding a home. It's going to have your insurance company charging more money. They're going to say, hey, take a look at what it costs now to rebuild a home. We're going to raise your insurance rates, even though you didn't have a claim, maybe no claims ever, but they're still going to raise your rates because of the possibility or the likelihood of that happening, or what insurance companies call risk. Good luck getting a lower insurance rate. Everything is going up. So buckle up, folks. Things are continuing to head the wrong direction for the average person. If you're someone in the top 10%, if you're an executive, if your company files bankruptcy and you take out $10 million in a bonus before you file bankruptcy, good for you. But for most people, we need to buckle up. Things are not looking so good. Get ready to lose your job. Prepare to lose your job. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but this is the direction things are headed. And with the ongoing labor shortage, how many companies are going to survive? What's ahead? I mean, you let me know. 7,000 plus bankruptcies, 2020. What's 2021 going to look like in the last few months? Or maybe things are getting better. Maybe I missed the good news today. If you have good news, post it down in the comments, please. I would love to see it and love to have some feel-good information to go off of. And if I can't find any good news, or you guys don't let me know any good news, maybe I'll just go watch kitty cat and bunny videos or something like that. Thanks everybody for being here. Stay well, stay safe, stay prepared, keep stacking. Bye for now.